Greetings, Batprince here, and today we are playing Mothmen 1966. New game. We're gonna play as... Can I change? No. We're gonna play as Holt. 3 red and 5 black in the discard. Oh, this is a narrator, so... Well, the 6 cards face up on the counter. 2 are red and 4 are black. So 5 red in all, and 9 are black. You have no more moves. So you have to bet now. I think I'll bet on black. Because black always wins. A large majority of the face-up cards are black. And you know that betting against a streak is usually dangerous. Even though you've already chosen, you decide to stray away from the counter. You can't bear losing again. You think of your grandma, Elise, trying to win at solitaire for over 60 years. You take a deep breath and keep sweeping. Elise has been paralyzed from the waist down since she was 21. Your mom was only 2 months old. The winter Elise taught you to play solitaire. Your parents and sister had been dead for almost a year, and you've already begun to forget their faces. Although you cook for her, do her laundry, bathe, and even dress her, it still feels like she's the one taking care of you. You close your eyes and almost feel Elise stroking your hair. You're 11 years old again, kneeling next to her bed, crying your heart out. Suddenly, the bell rings, and you feel an invisible force trying to drag you into the present. You look through your window. It's those fucking kids. The first brat is followed by 2 more. They step on the hose and activate the bell for a second and a 3rd time. You don't know what comes over you, but you yell some things at them that you're too ashamed to remember. You justify yourself, thinking they might be the ones who got into your garage that night and stole some parts of the replica machine gun that you're building. You won't let anyone mess with your project. The Winnis steam machine gun is the jewel of your collection. The kids yell at you, "Old freak!" and laugh, sheltered by the distance. Deep down you know that it can't be them. How would they know which parts of the machine gun were worth stealing? Anyway, that guard dog's being brought over in a few days and you'll be able to stop worrying. Let's just check on the hose. Think about what someone told you at the bar about replacing the hose with a thicker one so that it could only be activated by the weight of a car. And what happens if the kids jump with their bikes and land on top of the hose with one of their wheels, you asked. Kids are always gonna find some way to bust your balls, they replied. Go back in. You try to calm down. You look at the shelves and think of the solitaire your grandma taught you. Your grandma always said that everyone has their place in the world, and that people keep dancing around it without ever reaching it. To win this solitaire, you have to stop dancing. You know that the chances of winning are incredibly low, almost 0. You can't bring yourself to turn over the next card and decide to start sorting the shelves instead. Doing simple jobs builds up your self-confidence and provides you some illusion of control. Let's grab something from the upper shelf. The bottle. Replace something from the lower shelf. The box. Put that up on the upper shelf. Empty. Grab something from the middle shelf, the bottle. Place something from the lower shelf, the can. And put it back on the middle shelf, which is empty. Check the shelves. Good. 1 type of product on each shelf. Oh dear. You scratch your head. This time, sorting the shelves doesn't help. You feel the same urgency as before, and you can't think of anything else. Is the card going to be black? You need it to be black. Suddenly, the air seems heavy, and you find it a bit difficult to breathe. 3 men in black are staring at you. Through the window, you see a black Cadillac by the pump. Yes. You wish you asked them how they got into the station without you hearing the door open, or how they left the car there without the bell ringing. But that trembling yes was the only thing you managed to utter. The moose. The moose? After a few seconds of not receiving any response, you decide to break the silence. Give them directions to the moose. Continue straight until the first crossroads and turn right. After a while, you'll see the bar past the barn with the painted cross. You can't miss it. None of the men in black open their mouths. Every second that passes, the smile on your face feels more and more ridiculous. The moose. You brought a woman a whiskey. You don't know if it's the right move, but you try to relax and be more friendly. Do you know of a more effective way to socialize? You told her the dream about your grandma. A chill runs through your body. It's been a few weeks since that night, and even though you had a good time with Martha and have no regrets, something about the way these men in black ask their questions makes you uneasy. What? What do you want to know? Granny in the forest. One of the men farther back lets out a crackling noise. You look at him, believing he's laughing, but the man in black's expression doesn't change. Just tell them about your dream. My grandma has been bedridden for over 60 years, but in the dream I saw her running through the woods. Start from the beginning, and don't admit any details. You don't know if it's the way they look at you, or because of a certain authority in their voice, but you tell them everything about your dream. 5 or 6 weeks ago, you woke up in the middle of the night, certain that something had happened to your grandma. You ran up to her room and Elise wasn't in bed. The window was wide open. You ran to it and saw someone walking through the trees. It was her, and she was holding a rifle of the kind of your ancestors would have carried in the Civil War. You tried to call out to her. Your grandma started running and shot 2 or 3 times into the blackness of the forest of the night. You were about to go down to find her when a winged figure with glowing red eyes appeared in the front of the window and screamed. You stumble backwards. And after hitting your head on the bedpost, you lost consciousness. You woke up in your bed and remembered the dream almost instantly. You went up the stairs, 2 at a time, and opened the door to her room. Your grandmother slept peacefully. On the bedside table was the glass of milk you bring her every night, and the deck of cards she used to play solitaire. During the days that followed, you tried to convince yourself it had all been a dream, even though you couldn't explain where the little stitches at the base of your skull had come from. After a few seconds, one of the men in black speaks again. The spots on her legs predate her birth, Holt. What? What is he talking about? Is he referring to the dozens of moles on your grandma's legs? And what do they mean by saying they predate her birth? Elise always makes the same joke when you sponge her calves. Be thankful that you have to clean my legs and not my grandfather's. According to what she told you, her granddad had been shot dead by an experimental weapon early in the Civil War when his legs were ripped to shreds. The Winter Steam Gun, son, a machine that doesn't appear in any book. You think about the replica you were putting together in the workshop, and you wonder if it was the men in black who had stolen those pieces. You're not telling anyone else about this visit, Holt. You start to complain when one of the men in black picks up a card from the counter. The top card of the deck. The crunch horrifies you. The teeth of the man in black seem to tear more than simply paper. Desperate, you throw yourself under the counter and look for the card. Your heart is pounding. You look out the window and you don't see the Cadillac. You walk to where the car was parked a few moments ago. You step on the hose and the bell rings. What the fuck? Jack of diamonds. Motherfucker, it's red. Think about the edge one of the men in black tore off, and you remember the noise he made when he chewed it. Was it a threat? A warning? You wonder if you should tell your grandma everything that happened, or just keep your mouth shut and keep playing solitaire with the marked card. Dun dun dun. Chapter 1. Lee. Lee, Lee, Lee. Lee, 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 Lee. Lee. Continue, Lee. Lee, 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 Lee. Lee, Lee. Hey, what's wrong? I told you, it's nothing. That damn pause again. There's something she's not saying. The Mustang purrs. You shake your head, feeling sad inside. The sound of an engine hides no secrets. Lee, you're right. You bite your lip and sigh. Why is everything so damn hard? Victoria settles into her seat. Let's start over, okay? Where are we going? Answer the question. It's a surprise. Please? No, Vic. Have some patience. You'll never forget this night. Victoria giggles, and you think it's the best gift in the world. For a moment you forget all the previous discussions, your obsessions, and giggle. Friendly gesture. Making someone feel good ain't rocket science. You look at the clock. Can't believe your eyes. You left your house on time, but you're pretty late. How could? You step on the gas. Lee. Lee. You scratch the side of your head. Wow, you really hate being told how to drive. Lee. Why doesn't she just tell you to slow down? You take your foot off the gas. Thanks. You're trying your best. You really think Victoria could be the one? The one. Your dad once said the perfect woman doesn't exist. Couples from when people get tired of looking and just get up. You remember your mother's rants, all those women's names she rattled off as if they were part of an endless grocery list. You won't end up like him. Anything but that. You try to smile and you force yourself to be more cheerful. You want a clue? Yes. Victoria looks into your eyes and you feel a warmth on your face that takes you by surprise. You felt the same thing the first time you saw her in college. You keep looking at her for a few seconds. It seemed like forever. What? Do I have a booger? Where? You can't help laughing out loud and have a hard time containing the urge to kiss her. Give her a clue about the myth. One would be a source of superstition. Oh, we're talking thousands. A source of superstition? A black cat? Victoria looks at you expectantly, desperate to be right. Cold. Give her a clue about the date. It happened hundreds of years ago. Victoria answers almost immediately. After all, they're both majoring in history. The end of the Civil War. No, not 1865. I mean, exactly 100 years ago, Vic. Oh, let me think then. You're running out of time. There was a cholera outbreak in 1866, right? Freezing cold. And how twisted do you think I am to set up a date themed around a cholera outbreak from a century ago? Give her a clue about the origin. It comes from far away. Victoria makes a gesture for you to complete the sentence. You just shrug. It comes from far away. I mean, that could be anything. Guess then. The circus? No, Vic, just give me a minute. You won't guess it unless... You reach out to open the glove box and Victoria grabs your wrist. Better leave it to me. Victoria opens the glove box and examines its contents. A folder, a box, a flashlight. What are you looking for exactly? Tell her to look at the flashlight. A book. 1966 Shelby Mustang, the car handbook? No, not that. What else? Tell her to look at the box. Victoria takes out the box and opens it. Let's see what you've been hiding. You think about saying something, but you instantly regret it and keep your mouth shut. Spare change, a lighter, a pack of cigarettes. Nothing to worry about, I reckon. Keep looking, please. Tell her to look at the folder. Victoria opens the folder and examines the documents. Some papers, insurance details. Do you want me to read some of this? You shake your head. Tell her to see if there is something more. Already got everything out. 1 second. There's this too. Victoria stretches out her hand and you finally grab the map you wanted. It was folded against the bottom of the glove box. You start talking and Victoria interrupts you. Hold that thought while I put everything back. You put the map on the dashboard while Victoria puts away the folder, the box and the flashlight. Vic, you know I like it when it's tidy in there. Huh, very funny. Vic flicks through the book she found. Red Badge of Courage? Haven't you read this book 1,000 times already? You know she's testing you. Vic knows exactly why you carry it everywhere. The novel portrays the era you've been obsessed with like no other. What the hell is this? Suddenly you remember you're using the pencil sketch that Victoria drew of you in your classes as a bookmark. A sketch she begged you with tears in her eyes to destroy, and you swore you already had. Vic, I'm sorry. I swear. Watch out! Oh no, you swerved to avoid a shape in the road. Victoria looks back. Lee! We almost ran that thing over. You put your hand on Vic's shoulder, trying to reassure her. Victoria points ahead. Just keep your eyes on the road, please. She's doing it again, telling you how to drive. At least this time she came right out with it, instead of just saying Lee disapprovingly. You try to control yourself, but it's hard. It's not this last thing, but the build-up of all the small gestures. You take the map and throw it on her lap. Victoria raises her arms in disbelief. The Linoids, Victoria. We're going to have dinner watching the Linoids. What's a Leonoid? Victoria says nothing. Forgive me for trying to arrange the perfect date. You keep silent, but you can't hold it in. A meteor shower, a phenomenon associated with the passage of the Temple Turtle Comet every 33 years. Victoria keeps staring ahead. In 1866, there was one of the most spectacular meteor showers ever recorded. I saw some lithographs in the library. Victoria doesn't even move. Everyone makes a wish on a shooting star. Imagine how many wishes you can make with thousands of shooting through the sky. Victoria settles in her seat. You know what, Lee? Shut up. You've never heard that tone from her before. Just keep quiet until we reach... She pauses as she examines the map you threw on her lap. Helt? Holt Station? You feel your heart pounding. Your hands are shaking. That's what she wants? For you to keep quiet? For you not to say a goddamn word? Your hands grip the wheel tight. All preparations you made for tonight. Your friend Freddie had worked out the ideal place to see them all in their splendor, away from the city light pollution. And when you noticed Holt Station was inside the area, you didn't hesitate. But now Vic had ruined it. A bat! What the fuck? It's a bat! Something hit the Mustang. Oh, you killed the bat. Aw, bat. What the hell is that? It's a bat. Stop, Lee, stop! Alright, let's stop the car. Slam on the brakes instinctively. You put your hand in front of Victoria to keep her from hitting the windshield. You get out of the car and find a dead bat in front of the headlights. Alright, Game gets a plus because there's a bat, but it's dead, so it's a minus, so it's back to neutral. Poor bat. Didn't even let me kill it as part of a quest. I'm okay with that, because then it's part of a quest. But we just hit the poor bat. The animal had hit the antenna and somehow got entangled. You can't believe it. What are the odds of something like this happening? Don't bats have some advanced echolocation system, like a submarine sonar? What starts as a simple grunt in your throat emerges as a helpless scream. Fuck! This is what I get for trying to do something different. We should have gone to the movies. Lee, Vic's whispering. It doesn't take long to see why. Over there. Oh, it's nothing. Huh? Huh? The coyote is watching you from where the dark of the forest meets the light of the moon. Vic, we got this. It's not interested in us. You point to the dead bat. They're scavengers. You hear a growl that quickly multiplies. Suddenly, you're surrounded. It's not the first time you faced coyotes in the woods, but you aren't taking any chances. When I say run to the car as fast as you can, try to call the advice that you've heard from situations like these. Make lots of noise, wave your arms around. One of the coyotes in front of you approaches. Yell and gesture. At the coyote on the other side of the car. I don't know. To my right. Another coyote advances. Looking into his watery, bloodshot eyes. Yell and gesture at him. On this side of the car. To my left. Yell and gesture. This side of the car. In the center. Get back. All of you. Oh no. 3 coyotes advance at once. Yelling or waving your arms won't help at this time. Alright, bang on the hood. There we go. The trick seems to work and all the coyotes back down. No coyote advanced this time. It's your chance to go on the offensive. To the car! Now! You try to reach the car, but ferocious teeth intercept you. Encouraged by your screams, the rest of the coyotes soon join the feast. What? I died? Retry. Yell and gesture. Oh, we gotta start the whole thing again? No, I'm not gonna do that. That's fine. We killed the bat. Alright. Oh, that's a lot of reading. Nah. I like the little game at the end thing. If you enjoy watching me play multitudes of games and want to say thanks, there's a button there that does that, or you can support me with a membership. But either way, I will see you kiddies sometime later. Nighty night.